Happy Victory Monday. I'm still sick, going through whatever I'm going through. Yesterday's game, the Eagles' offense looked dominant. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It doesn't. We look dominant. We look like the offense from last year, hitting deep. You know what I'm saying? Hitting deep routes to AJ and Smitty. You know what I'm saying? Jalen looked good, throwing for 300 yards, two touchdowns. The only thing that I do have an issue with, and I'm still trying to figure this out. Only thing. 3rd and 11. I believe it was in the second quarter. 3rd and 11. We're inside the 15. We're going to call it inside the 15. We ran the ball, which made absolutely no sense to me. I think it was the second quarter. It may have been the third quarter. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But we are inside. We're inside the 15. We're in the red zone. 3rd and 11. Instead of going, taking a shot into the end zone, we run the ball. Now I get it. It has worked times before where we run a run play with Swift on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. It's worked. And had it worked, we will be, it was amazing. I get that. I don't like the decision there. I also don't like that Sean Desai, he's giving us a lot of Jonathan Gannon, Jim Schwartz looks as far as defense goes. You know what I'm saying? The bend don't break. Let's not give up the big chunk of, you know what I'm saying? But not give up the big chunk of yards, but let them dink and dunk for 13, 14 yards as long as we stop them down towards the end zone. You know what I mean? Towards the end of the game. That makes no sense to me. Bro, do what you've been doing the entire game. Don't switch it up now. Don't go into this prevent. Don't go into this, we'll let them live with, 12 yards or 13 yards. But that's a first down. They're driving. Like, that makes no sense. We've been going through this for the past few years now, actually. And I get it. Everybody always says, we're not going to, we don't have there's never going to be another Jim Johnson. I get that. But this is common sense. You're now I want to say, we'll just say for this era, you had Jim Schwartz, Jonathan Gannon. Now Sean Desai, and he's coming in doing the same thing. Now, it worked that Super Bowl year. It did. It didn't work for us last year. Well, technically, I guess you could say it did. But y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. This makes no sense. First one, 3rd and 11. You don't take a shot at the end zone. And then the end of the game, you let these cats drive down the field and tie the game up. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I don't get it. Okay, but the positives to take away from, the game yesterday, A.J. Brown is still A.J. Brown. Devontae Smitty always gets one of them crazy acrobatic Moss-type catches against Washington. Jalen looked really good. What else? Brian Johnson, his play calling, I don't like it. I don't. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Game 1, I didn't understand why Swift wasn't in the game. Then you go to game 2 and game 3, Swift goes for 300 plus yards in those, total yards in those games. And then this game, you don't run him like you did in the 2 previous games. You go back to Gainwell. Now, I like Gainwell. I do. Mixing him in there, I like it. But Swift is your horse. That's your running back. Your starting running back is Swift. Why do you keep going away from him? And I get it, you want to get the offense rolling. You want to get, you know what I'm saying? But You don't have to throw the ball all the time. Like, come on now. The run was working. It wasn't as if we couldn't run the ball on Washington. We were running the ball on Washington, right? With Swift. But then, first quarter, he goes and gets his touchdown, and I feel like after that, we didn't see a lot of Swift until the fourth quarter. Maybe I'm wrong. But to me, I feel like we didn't see Swift enough throughout the game until the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Goedert, they're trying to get him into it. I don't know what's happening. It's a lot of miscommunications for sure. And that's on the offensive coordinator. I mean, that's just what it is. Your team is not communicating right. You need to get that together. OC. That's on the coaching. You know what I'm saying? Of course it is on the players also, but as a coach, you have to make sure that they're communicating right and they know what the hell they're supposed to be doing. And I just feel like he's just like, they'll get it together. And it's like, bro, you got to talk to them. You got to get them together, man. Like I said, man, I'm sorry for my voice. Bro. It's cold. It's crazy. But, yeah, man. You got to get them together, man. I don't know what it is that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, maybe you need to, sit them down and have a talk with them to figure out what's happening, why their timing is off, why the communication is off. It's like that play, the intentional grounding. That intentional grounding. You see Jalen audible out or reroute, you know what I'm saying, AJ. And AJ just didn't get what he was saying. And it ran a totally different route. I think he ran a comeback and Jalen was looking for him to go over, you know what I'm saying, run like a slight post route. So, a skinny post route or whatever. So, I don't know what it is that they need to figure out, but they need to figure it out, man. And I know and I have faith that they will figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that this is going to continue any longer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said last week, I gave them 3 weeks to get it together. 3 preseason games that they did not play. They got 3 weeks to get it together. Yesterday's game was a lot smoother than than the first 3. So, the kinks are being worked out. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna, first of all, we got the win, so I'm not gonna, harp on the miscues too much. But I would like to see this team back to a flawless football like last year. Last year just seemed flawless. It seemed flawless. You know what I'm saying? The defensive line was getting after the quarterback and getting sacks. This year they're still getting sacks. Son Reddick got his first sack yesterday after they took that cast off his arm. It was great to see a sign. But another thing I want to talk about, a positive thing, is them linebackers, man. I like Morrow. When we got him, when we signed him, I said Nick Morrow gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see him. And then, throughout the camp, he had a bad camp. You know what I'm saying? And people was saying that, he wasn't good enough and everything like that. And, and they cut him. And then they wound up signing him to the practice squad. Then the Kobe goes down. And then here we are. Zach Cunningham and Morrow is out here balling. We haven't had linebackers that get sacks like this in back-to-back weeks since Jeremiah Trotter. I mean, it's an unofficial stat, but I feel like it's true. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I'm happy that the linebackers are playing the way that they are. To the secondary, listen, man. All right, so outside of Slay and Bradbury, and Slay hasn't had the type of year that he had in the previous 2 years with us, 3 years with us, how many ever years he's been here, right? It just seems like, I feel like he's accommodating for a lot of miscues, a lot of miscommunication on the defensive zones and stuff. And I don't like that, we're back in this soft coverage. I hate this soft coverage, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our corners just thrive way better when when they're in the press coverage. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, again, it goes along with the schemes and all that other stuff on defense, so I understand. But these soft zones and these soft coverages, man, I don't like it. Get your hands on the receiver. Stop letting these, and especially like McLaurin, the speedster, Dotson and them. You know what I'm saying? Now we didn't get burnt in the game yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Well, Job was getting torched. I mean, that's inexperience. I'll chalk that up to inexperience with Job. I mean, I'll chalk that up to inexperience with Job, but my bad. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, I feel like Sean Desai is not putting the corners in a better, you know, position to win against receivers, period. You know, but Job is definitely the weak spot in the secondary, for sure. Reed Blankenship, he looked good yesterday, but he did not look like himself. He did not. He looked slow, sluggish, a little gimpy, but he was out there playing. He made plays. Don't get me wrong. He didn't look like himself. Usually when he comes down to go make a tackle, he's laying, you know what I'm saying? He's not just going for the legs. He's trying to take you out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You can see a little, like he was pulling up a little bit on his hits and everything, you know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, you know, he played a good, solid game. We got to get Sidney Brown back, man. He needs to be the starting safety on the other side, opposite of Blankenship, bro. Because Terrell Edmonds, soft. I'm sorry, Terrell, he's soft. My man was getting thrown around all game. Anytime he went to go make a tackle, he was getting hit. He went to go lay the hit stick on somebody and got smacked. But man, look, man, we got the W though, so it is what it is. There's just a couple things I do want to see that's a little different. I want to see the corners play a little bit more press. I want to see the communication between, you know, the secondary and the linebackers more, you know, better, more crisp. I want to see the communication between Jalen and the receivers more crisp. I want to see more swift. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, I think we good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know there looking at it like, stop complaining, bro. Like, y'all 4-0. We are 4-0 for sure. But the tough games is coming up. That crazy stretch after the bye is on the way. It's almost here. We're only a few weeks away from that. You know what I'm saying? You see how fast the first 4 weeks, though, the first month of football went. We not too far from that crazy stretch with Kansas City in them. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure it out. We got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that, you know, we will, you know, every week we're going to get better. Every week we're going to get better. You know what I'm saying? And with Jalen there, it's just, you know, it's basically like, I know we're going to get better. You know what I'm saying? So that leader right there, boy, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, stay positive, stay away from the goofy ish. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.